Support for Buffalo Toronto Public Media's Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from Mr. Goodbar, your Elmwood Avenue home for football and more food, beverage, and atmosphere. At 1110 Elmwood Avenue in Buffalo, Mr. Goodbar, home of DJ Crespo's away game viewing parties.
Support for Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from SEI. SEI proudly supports the WNED Foundation, connecting communities through the Friday Night Lights tradition. More information at SEIC.com.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu. Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
Listen to Buffalo Toronto Public Media The Bridge wherever you are. Search for the BTPM Listen app on all your devices.
The learning and engagement projects from Buffalo Public Media impact our community by entertaining and informing.
Families are engaged, adults, grandparents.
They reach students and children.
There's something there for everybody.
They provide educators with material that is up to date, that is informative, and that really ignites curiosity in our students that is so crucial to creating lifelong learners.
Or if it's just a really well done piece of content.
Exactly.
They're exciting, they're engaging, and they are so educational.
Wow!
But the thing that is so great is their accessibility. You can have a phone, a desktop computer.
Or you find it on your tablet or you find it on television.
And there they are.
Helping families to do what they want to do for their children and for their future here in Western New York. It makes our community a better and stronger place because of it.
In Niagara County, the basketball history book is thick. And in girls hoops, Lockport has had a storied past. Tonight, the Lady Lions host the Niagara Wheatfield Falcons in early season divisional battle. Welcome courtside to the gymnasium at Lockport High School. PJ Cauley and Jack Kreuzer with you. These two teams split their season series with the road team winning both games last season. There's a lot at stake in this one, PJ.
Yeah, it's an early season matchup. You always like to get off to the league schedule with a positive win. These two teams have a chance to do so tonight. They're very familiar with one another. Should be a good ball game.
It's the veterans of the Lockport Lions against the youth of the Niagara Wheatfield Falcons on BTPM's Friday Night Lights, presented by Lions. They're 3-1 this season, 1-0 in league play already. Opened the season with a 45-41 win at Kenmore West. They're coming off back-to-back wins here at Lockport, a place that wasn't so great for them a year ago. Their spotlight player is their point guard, number 1, senior Emma Buzak.
Emma Buzak, a senior. She puts ink in all the stat categories. Scoring, rebounds, assists, steals. She's going to really have to elevate her game and that of her teammates for the Lady Lions to have a great season.
Lockport head coach Joe Catalano is in his 8th season. He had this to say about his team's needs tonight.
You know, we faced Coach Gary Jackson. You know, he's been around for years. We've had some battles. We know he's going to give it his all. His team always fights tooth and nail. They play some of the hardest defense in the area. You know, this year he's got a couple scores we got to watch out for. It's always a battle. We never know which way it's going to go, and we really want to make sure we're fighting tooth and nail to kind of bring home the victory.
We've always had those battles where he'll win one, I'll win one, I'll win one, he'll win one. So that's probably our biggest rival, but just looking forward to it. And I just enjoy coaching against Joe, and we've been doing it for a while against each other. And sometimes it's a win that you're like, I wish it wasn't against Joe, but I don't want to lose against him.
Our objectives for each team tonight, beginning with the Niagara Wheatfield Falcons. Their first objective to maximize each of their possessions.
They're a young team, the Niagara Wheatfield Lady Falcons. Coach Jackson would like to see them be able to execute offensively and get a quality shot each and every time. Easily said, more difficult to execute.
Their second key, grow up fast.
Well, they got a very, very young team with only one senior. And the basketball season asks you to grow up quickly. Ellie Fox will have to lead her teammates on that road.
The Lockport Lions on the other side, their objectives, number one, same thing, maximize their possessions.
Coach Joe Catalano said about the defensive prowess Niagara Wheatfield has. They too have to maximize their possessions. And that player, Emma Buzak, not only got to play her game, she's got to elevate the rest of the Lions' performance.
Those are your team objectives for tonight. We will quickly step aside for a word from our presenting sponsor and be back with tip-off between Niagara Wheatfield and Lockport after this.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
New York, the Lady Lions are 3-1. They host the 1-2 Niagara Wheatfield Lady Falcons. Hello again, folks. Welcome courtside. Jack Kreuzer, PJ Cauley with you on BTPM Create and BTPM NPR. We are set for tip-off between the Lions and the Falcons in this Niagara Frontier League battle. We are ready to go. It is Arden Enterline, the senior guard, who stands in the circle for Lockport up against the 3-year starter, sophomore Ellie Fox, who wins it back for Niagara Wheatfield in their traveling black uniforms. The Falcons move from left to right to start tonight's contest. Far side, Lillian Specht across the three-point line to the near corner. Gracie Pilato, the junior guard, pulls a three in the corner to the free throw line and three-point line straight away. The rebound goes, corralled by Cece Volmy of Lockport as we get a chance to discuss the starting lineups for tonight's teams. First for the Lockport Lady Lions, we mentioned the spotlight player Emma Buzak is the starting point guard. She's joined by Cece Volmy, a senior guard, a sophomore guard, Sydney Scapoletti, along with a freshman forward Ava King and the senior guard Arden Enterline. From the near corner, a three from Buzak is strong. Off the rim, rebounded to the far side. Volmy got it around the horn. Pass inside for Enterline is too high off the hands of Ava King, the freshman, with a little too much power and a turnover for the Lions.
Both teams come out in a zone as we anticipated.
Left wing three, knocked down for Hannah Idzik of the Niagara Wheatfield Falcons. A 3-0 lead for the Falcons, just a minute into play. Buzak to the near wing. Volmy inside the zone, back up top for Buzak. To the far side, Volmy into the paint. Free throw line jumper, King off the iron twice. Strong rebound tipped by Enterline and recovered by Fox of Wheatfield. The lanky sophomore forward, Ellie Fox, plays point forward, cross the floor, three on the way for Lillian Specht is strong, offensive rebound, and the putback good for Ellie Fox.
Remember when we talked about in Coach's Corner, one of the challenges when you play zone is the block out and finishing the play with the rebound. Both teams have had offensive rebounds already. Got to find a different color jersey and block them out.
Free throw line, J for King is short off front iron. A 5-0 lead for Niagara Wheatfield, looking to add on to it. Near side short corner, Pilato pulls it out for Fox, and around the horn they go. Lockport's defense aggressive now in their 2-3 zone. Near wing, pass up top, three on the way for Idzik, off the mark to the left. out of bounds into the corner. We haven't showed Coach's Corner yet. That'll be at halftime, PJ. But I know one of your keys that you said you don't want a team to do is just pass it around the horn.
Yeah, I'd like to see Coach Jackson's team have somebody inside. Who that player is, I'm not sure. You can see the Lady Lions have King and Anterline inside. Let's see if they utilize that high post player. Baseline screen for Emma Buzak.
Buzak pulls the trigger and hits from the right side.
There's
first points of the night for the Lockport Lions.
Pretty release there for Buzak. Got her feet set. Good early arc on that jumper.
Emma Buzak averaging 20 points per game so far this season. One of the highest scorers in the Niagara Frontier League thus far. Atop the key, it's Gracie Pilato for the starters for Niagara Wheatfield. Ellie Fox lowers the shoulder on Buzak. Toss inside for the freshman, and Gia Watson is fouled at the baseline. And it's a call on CC Volmy. First foul against Lockport.
Coach Jackson said, you know, Ellie Fox, even though she's the tallest of the Lady Falcons, she's basically the point guard. She's the facilitator. Lot to ask for that 3-year player, or even only a sophomore, but she's been on the varsity 3 years. Need you to score, set your teammates up, get rebounds, and lead us.
Ellie Fox called up as an 8th grader after just starting basketball in 6th grade. Hadn't picked up a ball until then, and then realized she was pretty darn good at the sport. 0 for 2 at the free throw line goes Gia Watson, the freshman who has impressed so far, leading scorer this season for the Falcons at forward. 5-3 the lead for the Falcons. Lockport with a response shot at the baseline. Short corner jumper from King is strong. Out of bounds off of Wheatfield. Lockport takes possession with 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
That was good offense. It didn't result in a score, but they got it inside and had a high-low situation. Good zone offense.
Anderline receives the inbound pass. Both teams running that 2-3 zone. Into the far corner, Buzak's triple off the rim. Offensive rebound for Volmy. Kick to the right side. Buzak's triple. That is strong again. Rebound through the hands of Fox onto the floor. Tied up, and a jump ball called as Volmy, the senior starter at guard for the Lions, ties up Fox.
Great job on the offensive boards by Volmy right there. Also a volleyball and flag football player here at Lockport High School.
Niagara Wheatfield with possession across the timeline to our right. On the near wing, Hannah Idzik pulls a long triple off the heel of the rim. To the far corner it goes, tracked down by Pilato of the Falcons. Her pass looking for Fox deflects into the Lions bench. The call on the far side from Joe Sarkis was Falcon ball, and that will stand.
Falcons right now living and dying from the outside. Got to find a way to get inside of it. They did have the one play to Gia Watson along the baseline where she got a free throw opportunity. Here's one way to get inside it.
Near wing, Lillian Specht gets her defender to jump and then draws a foul as Joe Sarkis will relay the call. The other official tonight is Royce Calhoun.
Foul on Sydney Scapoletti, the sophomore guard, the daughter of assistant AD here at Lockport High School, Joe Scapoletti, just a real high-quality educator here in Niagara County.
Head coach Joe Catalano told us earlier this week, Sydney, despite being one of the smallest players on the team and just a sophomore, probably the scrappiest Lion on the team this year.
Yeah, your size got nothing to do with the size of your heart.
A timeout on the floor called by Lockport, trailing 5-3 in this opening quarter. Glad you could join us on BTPM Create and BTPM NPR. Jack Kreuzer and PJ Cauley with you. Friday Night Lights is supported by the WNED Foundation Incorporated and by Mr. Goodbar, your headquarters for watching games on Elmwood Avenue, and by Denny's, America's Diner is always open, and by Brighton Liquor and Wine, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda, and by SEI. More information at SEIC.com. Well, Jack Kreuzer, PJ Cauley with you. PJ, this 2-3 zone defense for both teams yielding good results so far.
Well, again, the zone is designed to keep you away from the basket and fire outside shots. So, yeah, it has been effective for each. Who's going to come out on top is who's going to get inside of it and who's going to offensive rebound and finish those plays with scores.
It's a 5-3 lead for Niagara Wheatfield. They've got the ball at the baseline to our right. Inbound to the low block. Watson has it denied. Fox is there for the loose ball, and she cashes in. 4 points for Ellie Fox as Niagara Wheatfield's back up by 4. Buzak knives across the timeline to our left. Scampers to the near side. Jacks a 3 and buries it. Emma Buzak with 2 triples for Lockport. She's got all their scoring.
Yeah, she's got a real nice fundamental stroke. Knocks that one down from the top.
Pilato, bounce pass to the low block. Watson has it tied up with Scaletti, has it stolen away and recovered by her teammate Specht. Far wing shot for Fox is off the mark short. Offensive rebound for her though, and Niagara Wheatfield resets. Far wing, Specht wanted the triple, steps around the defender. Her bank shot from 18 feet out is good.
Yeah, Specht using the banks on Friday evening, but got inside the zone.
9-6, Niagara Wheatfield on top. 3.5 to go in the opening quarter on Friday Night Lights, presented by Villa Maria College. Far corner. Eliza Berry off the bench, gets the give-and-go pass, misses the layup at the low right block. The long forward jogs back defensively as the rebound goes to Niagara Wheatfield's Idzik. Fox to the near side for Specht. She yanks a 3 and got it to go.
Heating up. Young Lillian Specht, second on the team in scoring last year at 6 points per game.
12-6. Niagara Wheatfield doubles up Lockport. Right arc 3 for Buzak. That's a heat check and short. An air ball out of bounds. Into the game comes Arden Anderline for Lockport, who started at forward. The natural shooting guard moved inside for Lockport, given her height.
You know, we talked about Buzak elevating her teammates. They love to screen for her. Screeners have to be scorers. The defense is going to flow with Buzak. Get yourself open to the ball after the screen.
Fox engineers the offense. Pass down low for Watson. Her layup is short. Offensive rebound corralled by Pilato of the Falcons. Right arc, deep 3, banked in again. Hannah Idzik knocks down another. She's got 2 triples of her own.
Banks are open at this late hour, Jack.
Niagara County's a little different, Peach.
A little different.
15-6, the lead for Niagara Wheatfield. Down low right baseline block. Eliza Berry misses the jumper and a defensive rebound for Fox of Niagara Wheatfield. Ellie Fox has been everywhere so far for the Falcons, both sides of the floor. Low right block, Watson has a foul drawn on Eliza Berry, her first.
So Coach Gary Jackson is playing a 4 around 1, the 1 being Gia Watson inside. And I think in that timeout, he made a concerted effort to say, hey, let's not forget about throwing the ball inside to somewhere where we might have a little size advantage in Gia Watson. Her first year on the varsity, good-looking post player.
Leading the team so far at 12 points per game.
I think her brother is a wide receiver at St. John Fisher, if I'm not mistaken.
Watson hits the second free throw after missing her first 3 attempts of the night. Gia Watson is on the score sheet. Fouls are 3 against Lockport, none against Niagara Wheatfield in this opening quarter. 1:40 to go. Near arc, Scapoletti, bounce pass to the low left side. Ball in the air, tipped around. And a foul called on the baseline by Royce Calhoun.
Ava King, just a freshman, inside is doing a good job of looking inside as she catches the ball inside the zone or looking towards the basket. But what she's got to do is fake the pass to make the pass. Fake low, throw it by the ear, or fake by the ear and bounce it in.
Watson picks up her first foul, the first against Niagara Wheatfield tonight. Anderline receives the inbound pass. Scapoletti swings it to the far side. Buzak changes sides with Anderline. Anderline on the right wing atop the key. Buzak, the 2 volleyball players, finished as sectional finalists this fall. Short corner jumper for Eva King is blocked out of bounds at the baseline.
Ball's coming right to me. You know what they say, Jack? The ball finds good players. Ball finds good players.
A nice pass.
Now watch this out of bounds play. They're going to run what we call America's play. okay, as Buzak is going to enter it, and then she's going to receive a screen somewhere. If they reverse it, it could have been by...
She gets it back on the near side. That different from the previous 3 times they had. A jumper in the mid-range from Scapoletti is an air ball that may have been tipped. Regardless, it's a shot clock violation against the Lockport Lady Lions, trailing 16-6 with a minute to go in the first quarter. Pilato crosses the timeline.
Little man-to-man by the Lady Lions.
Watson misses the jumper at the basket. Strong defensive rebound and her line of Lockport to Buzak in transition. Step back triple. That one's short off the bottom of the nylon. Rebounded down low, and a travel called by Cece Volmy of Lockport.
I know she's a great shooter, but I'd like to see her try to attack the basket until threatened in that situation. See if she can make it all her way or find one of her teammates for an easy one.
Near wing, Niagara Wheatfield with Pilato. Pass atop the key for Speck to the far side. Watson steps into the three-point line, pulls a J. It's strong. Defensive rebound, Buzak, but a foul as Idzik got dumped at the right block.
Yeah, I think the foul's on Cece Volmy, who's very aggressive and very physical out there. She got caught going over the back. Already, Coach Joe Catalano has made the adjustment to a man-to-man situation with the start that the Falcons have gotten off to. Might be a good decision to see how that works out.
Idzik heaves it, right arc, just inside the arc. The jumper for Pilato is strong, and Lockport gets the rebound. Shot clock off with 12 seconds to go in the quarter. King in transition. The freshman's pass just too much under it, ahead of Berry.
King has her eyes in the right place, just the execution's got to be cleaned up.
First quarter's been tough for Ava King. A few turnovers were, just like you said, making the right read just a little too much. Pass inside for Watson, double team, and King steals it as the first quarter comes to an end. So a positive end to the quarter for Ava King and the Lockport Lions, but they find themselves trailing Niagara Wheatfield 16-6 after 1 quarter of play. This is BTPM's Friday Night Lights, presented by Villa Maria College.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
Listen to BTPM Classical wherever you are on the BTPM Listen app. Find it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
Listen to BTPM NPR wherever you are on the BTPM Listen app. Find it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
Listen to Buffalo Toronto Public Media The Bridge wherever you are. Search for the BTPM Listen app on all your devices.
Buffalo Toronto Public Media has new and innovative ways to generate revenue for your business. We have a robust menu of digital features that can help your business grow. Contact Bill Sauer at 716-845-7000.
It's a chilly night in Lockport, New York tonight. The snow still on the ground from the fall that came earlier this week. 23 degrees up in Niagara County tonight in Lockport, New York. Around Western New York this week, some final scores that may interest fans in the NFL. Kenmore West defeated Lancaster in boys hoops last night. Check that, Lancaster, the win over Ken West, 75-72. Tomorrow, a nice boys game on tap tomorrow night as St. Joe's travels to Health Sciences for Senior Martin Section 6 battle. Arden Anderline receives the inbound pass to start the second quarter for Lockport, attacking the rim to our left, trailing by 10, 16-6. In the short corner, Anderline pass to the free throw line, and a jumper good for Ava King.
Nice job by Coach Joe Catalano. Good set play coming out. Low high for that one for Ava King. Good for her.
Anderline the assist. Niagara Wheatfield off the bench comes the junior guard Kaylin Leslie, averaging 7 points a game. A traveling violation against the Falcons, and Lockport looks to turn it into a run. Before King's bucket the last possession, Buzak had all of Lockport's 6 points.
And that's not a good prescription. Although she's a dynamic player, as a team, that's going to catch up to you.
Buzak, well beyond the arc on the right side, guarded tightly by Speck. Takes her to the near side, poked by Leslie and out of bounds.
You can see the insertion of young Kaylin Leslie by Gary Jackson. She offers some quickness from that top guard spot defensively for the Falcons.
Volmy atop the key, dribbles into the lane, throws up a shot with two hands at the basket strong. Defensive board for Gia Watson. Fox stretches the floor, and it's too far ahead of Kaylin Leslie. Ellie Fox puts her hand in the air.
And she's right. She's saying to Kaylin Leslie, keep running, keep running. Don't wait for the ball in transition. Let the ball catch up to you.
You can tell Ellie Fox, just a sophomore, but she's got such a veteran presence on the court. Lockport trailing 16-8. Free throw line jumper at the right elbow. Strong for King. Defensive rebound, Watson of Niagara Wheatfield.
Yeah, King needs to have the ability to square up and see before firing that shot up in the zone. Maybe she can find somebody on the baseline.
Watson, low right block. Strong off the window. Rebound, Scapoletti of Lockport.
Scapoletti's a hustler.
Buzak to the near wing. Three-point shot, strong from Scapoletti and out of bounds on an air ball.
You know, I know we got Coach's Corner later, but we talked about, you know, the need for certain things when you go through the slump. You know, other than that last basket, Coach Joe Catalano's team has had a lot of empty possessions. You got to make sure your next one's a simple one.
Gia Watson has been taken off the floor for Niagara Wheatfield. In her place comes the sophomore center, Leah Gianantonio.
Gianantonio, sophomore, brings good sides at a position. Already getting 7 points per game and 3 block shots.
Matched up with Ava King down low. Niagara Wheatfield. Near wing, Leslie gets a screen from Fox beyond the arc, loses the ball, has to pick it up again, and she double dribbled.
It was, yeah, because it was not touched.
Forced by Markayla Ming, the senior guard off the bench for Lockport. You like to see when players come off the sideline and make a difference right away. We've seen that on both sides.
Yeah. Make a play to help your team. Right there, the senior, Markayla Ming, does so defensively.
Buzak, cousins with the Croft family, all one big happy basketball
family. A lot of shooters there, boy.
Charlie Croft, one of them on the boys' side for Lockport. Inside goes Ava King. She gets blocked by Gianantonio. There's block number 1, averaging 3 per game, like you mentioned, PJ. Her length gives her the ability to put her arms in the air, and you're going to block 2 out of 3.
Shot blockers need space. She timed that well. There's
right
the
side
play we were
Ming
talking
into the
about.
corner. 3 for Buzak. Off front iron. Rebound Niagara Wheatfield. No, tipped away from Pilato. Recovered by King. Her jumper a miss short.
Scapoletti was the one who had that offensive rebound, given another chance.
Idzik across the timeline. Near wing. Pilato. Bounce pass to the low block. A hook shot from the center. Gianantonio is strong. Rebound Buzak for Lockport.
Good entry by Gracie Pilato there. Hook didn't go for the young sophomore Gianantonio.
Arden Adderline gives it up on the near wing for Ming. Far side, Scapoletti dances around one defender, gets it to Ming, right back to Scapoletti. Corner 3. Adderline missed it, but below the basket, King puts it up and in.
There's that offensive rebounding. That could be a big key for Coach Catalano's team. Here's the offensive glass.
6-point ball game. High-low action. Down low. Layup good. Gianantonio's on the scoreboard.
Pilato with the good pass. She faked it and threw it up in the air. Good fundamentals.
Lockport trails by 8. 18-10 with the ball attacking the rim to our left. Buzak steps aside the defender. Jacks a 3. Misses it short. Off the rim. Rebound for Niagara Wheatfield's Pilato. She loses possession. Recovered by her teammate Idzik, and well beyond the 3-point line, Markayla Ming came out to challenge and picks up her first personal foul.
Yeah, and she was in great position there. No need to reach when you bring your feet into the right position. She got kind of a nickel dimer there out near half court.
Pilato, near wing, guarded by Adderline. Swings it down low, and Fox converts at the rack. 6 points for Ellie Fox.
I like that by Coach Jackson. Okay, if they're going to play man-to-man, go at Emma Buzak. Who's ever guarding her, who Emma's guarding, force her to guard.
Pass inside of the 2-3 zone from Lockport is stolen away by Gian Antonio. A fine replacement for Watson in the second quarter at center. Pilato down low. Gian Antonio misses the sky hook strong. Rebound tips off the hands of Scapoletti and out of bounds at the baseline.
They've had success entering into the low block.
You ever had success with the sky hook yourself?
I got the junior hook. It's not a junior, it's a junior to the left. Junior.
Hannah Idzik atop the key, right side. Lillian Specht chased by the defender Scapoletti. 3 seconds to shoot. The Falcons don't realize it. They pass it inside and the shot clock sounds. A violation forced by the Lockport defense, trailing by 10.
Yeah, the defense is not allowing them to turn the corner and get into the paint. So those dribbles are going laterally, not downhill.
Buzak across the Lion logo in blue at center court. Pump fakes a pass to the right. Gives it to the left side, Scapoletti. Right back to Buzak, playing on the wing. Step inside the three-point line for Ming. Her jumper strong. Rebound Fox of Niagara Wheatfield. She's got to be approaching 10-plus rebounds already in this first half.
She's looking for that double-double.
Near side pass, tipped by Buzak. Loose ball on the floor. Anderline is there, tied up as Buzak took a spill as well away from the ball.
Love the hustle. You're going to play this game well. You got to hit that hardwood when that ball is loose.
Jump ball arrow favors Niagara Wheatfield. 2:40 to go in the first half. 20-10. Niagara Wheatfield the lead over Lockport girls high school basketball on BTPM's Friday Night Lights. Hannah Idzik, pass to the near side. Ellie Fox with 6 on the shot clock. Atop the key, Lillian Specht back up top for Fox. Pass to the low left block. 1 second to shoot, and they don't get it off again. Back-to-back possessions, a shot clock violation caused by the Lockport defense.
Poor awareness by the Lady Falcons there, not understanding that shot clock is running down. If there's any good news, though, at least you can set your defense again.
They do that in the 2-3 zone. Scapoletti up top for Ming. We haven't seen much shooting outside of Emma Buzak beyond the arc. She's knocked down 2 triples. They both came in the first quarter for Lockport. Buzak has it with 9 to shoot straight away between the rings. Gets a screen set from Scapoletti. Pulls a WNBA 3 off the window to the right. And the rebound for Niagara Wheatfield's Idzik. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Niagara Wheatfield can put it in neutral. Instead, it's a half-court heave early in the clock.
I got to give a citation there.
Idzik pulled it.
You know, this last minute 44 is important here. 10-point lead here for Coach Gary Jackson's team. He wants everything at the basket here. Let's get into the locker room with that comfortable lead.
Markayla Ming pump fakes the pass, gets it to the right side. Buzak back up top for Ming. Looking at the zone, wants Enterline inside. Buzak gets it to King at the free throw line. Heavy take to the basket, and she draws a foul.
Nice job, Ava King. That's what we're saying. When you catch at that free throw line, turn and square. If the middle of the zone comes at you, use a shot fake and attack the glass.
That was the most aggressive we've seen Lockport try to get to the basket, I think, all night.
And I think that's something they're going to need to discuss at the break.
The freshman. Right-handed free throw, good on one.
You know, the other thing against this zone that Wheatfield plays, okay, even if you're not a shooter, when you catch on the perimeter, you must look like a shooter. That pulls the defense out to you.
Ava King's second attempt off right iron. Rebound Ellie Fox of Niagara Wheatfield. Fox takes it across the timeline as the point forward. Her pass inside, and her teammate Pilato falls. She gets it away to Fox just in time. Poked out of bounds by Buzak with the help defense.
You know, this is where the Falcons got to show some discipline and get a quality shot. You know, they went into the sophomore Gianantonio several times. I like that option.
They do it again. Stolen away by Scapoletti. She tosses it away. Recovered by Idzik of Niagara Wheatfield. On the near wing, Idzik pulls a 3 off far iron. Offensive rebound, and the layup is strong from Pilato. Another O board, and that time the putback good for Gianantonio.
There you go. Offensive rebounding against the zone. Blockout's not clearly defined against the zone. You got to find that different colored jersey.
Buzak plays catch with Markayla Ming on the far side. Gives it up for Ming with 10 to shoot. Straight away. Pass to the near side. Scapolitti guarded by Fox. Poked out of bounds on the near wing. Gia Watson comes back into the game for Coach Gary Jackson's Lady Falcons with 29.6 seconds to go in the first half. 7 seconds on the shot clock. At her line to inbound. Finds Ming atop the key. Ming looks for Buzak, right wing, 2 to shoot, pulls the triple, and she got the foul called. Couldn't get the bucket to go, but she's hit as she lands, and Buzak's a bit shaken up.
He got poked in the eye a little bit there. Coach Gary Jackson instructing Lillian Specht, can't have that foul there. Don't foul jump shooters out there, especially that one. You got to go up and down in a test tube when you're challenging the shot from the perimeter, not leaning in, getting that call from Royce Calhoun. We have 2 excellent officials, Joe Sarkis and Royce Calhoun, 2 of the top officials in the girls' game here in Section 6.
Buzak misses the first, hits the second. Her 3rd free throw attempt with 23 seconds to go in the first half is strong off the heel of the rim. She's got 7 points in this opening half, does Buzak. Niagara Wheatfield with perhaps the final possession of the half. Inside the paint, Gia Watson's underhand scoop is good. Her first field goal of the night for Gia Watson.
She's rim running, though. She ran right to the rim and was found by her teammate Specht. Nice job.
Final 3 seconds of the half. Buzak, left wing triple off the mark to the left, and that'll do it at the end of the first half of play. 24-12, Niagara Wheatfield the lead after 2 quarters of play.
How much time?
We invite you to stick around for our halftime show presented by SEI. Gary Jackson will join us in just a second, the head coach of the Niagara Wheatfield Falcons. He's currently coaching up Lillian Specht on the far side. 24-12 the score at halftime. PJ, our leading scorer so far, well, it's kind of split. Ellie Fox, Gia Watson, Ellie Fox and Hannah Idzik, each with 6 points so far for the Niagara Wheatfield Falcons, who lead by 12.
Yeah, Coach Gary Jackson said it's going to have to be by committee for the Lady Falcons, and certainly that's been the case.
We invite you to stick around for the halftime show presented by SEI. We will have our Coach's Corner, first edition of it, as PJ breaks down the 2-3 zone. We'll also have our across-campus Player of the Week from Lockport High School, and we'll break down the first half, have scoring leaders as well from both teams, and statistical recap of the first half. Coach Gary Jackson has been the head coach of the Niagara Wheatfield Falcons for 11 seasons now, 85 wins under his belt. Sectional champions for Niagara Wheatfield have been tough to come by going back to 2003, but under Coach Jackson, they've slowly built a successful program in competing within the Niagara Frontier League year after year. And Coach Jackson joins us now on the SEI halftime show. Coach, with a 24-12 lead at halftime, what do you like about the first half?
Well, I like the fact that we're staying in the game, even though our shots are off a little bit. Our big normally goes to work, but this is the first team we played who have bigs who can match up with us in size. So I'm just looking for her to give a couple head fakes, get her up in the air, get some fouls, and then make some free throws. She's still playing hard, and she's getting to the free throw line. She's just missing free throws. She'll clean that up in the second half.
Excuse me, guys. I do like the fact, though, that the girls continue to go inside.
Yes.
You know, because I think that's a good thing against their zone, and even man-to-man, when they made that switch, you had some good effectiveness.
Yes, yes. And we're going to try to keep that going. Normally, we're an inside-out team, but some reason we kind of went away from it, and we started chucking up some shots. Hey, God has blessed us because we got 2 off the glass.
Yeah, the banks are open here.
The bank is open for 3, so only thing we can do is thank God for that. But we need to play within our game, don't get rattled, and we'll be all right for the rest of the game.
Excellent.
All right, thanks, Coach Jackson.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you so
Coach.
much. Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll step aside and return with more of the SEI halftime show after this.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
Listen to Buffalo Toronto Public Media The Bridge wherever you are. Search for the BTPM Listen app on all your devices.
The learning and engagement projects from Buffalo Toronto Public Media impact our community by entertaining and informing.
Families are engaged, adults, grandparents.
They reach students and children.
There's something there for everybody.
They provide educators with material that is up to date, that is informative, and that really ignites curiosity in our students that is so crucial to creating lifelong learners.
Or if it's just a really well done piece of content.
Exactly. They're exciting, they're engaging, and they are so educational.
Wow!
But the thing that is so great is their accessibility. You can have a phone, a desktop computer,
Or you find it on your tablet or you find it on television.
and there they are.
Helping families to do what they want to do for their children and for their future here in Western New York. It makes our community a better and stronger place because of it.
Listen to BTPM Classical wherever you are on the BTPM Listen app. Find it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
A well-crafted will or estate plan speaks volumes about your hopes and dreams for the future. It also ensures that what you've worked a lifetime for is distributed according to your wishes. As Buffalo Toronto Public Media looks to our future, we would be honored to share your legacy and ensure that quality public broadcasting is here for future generations. Please contact me, Lisa Latrovato, at 716-845-7031 for more information.
Listen to BTPM NPR wherever you are on the BTPM Listen app. Find it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
Brighton Wine and Liquor, located at 930 Brighton Avenue in Tonawanda, features wines from all over the world and expert curators who can help you select the right wine or spirit for your occasion. Brighton Wine and Liquor, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda.
Welcome back to the home of the Lockport Lions in Lockport, New York for the SEI halftime show. SEI proudly supporting the WNED Foundation. More information at SEIC.com. Jack Kreuzer, PJ Cauley with you courtside at Lockport High School. So far in the first half, a few players with 6 points. No one has more than Emma Buzak for Lockport with 7 so far. Clearly the go-to player for Lockport. What more can she do in the second half, PJ?
I know that their offense is focused primarily on her being the scorer, but I think if she attacks the basket a little bit more, she'll be able to facilitate, orchestrate for her teammates, and I think for them to cut into that lead, that's going to be necessary.
For Niagara Wheatfield, they changed their ways up a little bit. We thought the focal point would be the freshman forward Gia Watson. As Coach Jackson just told us, her not making her free throws had to bring her out, reset her mind, but Ellie Fox truly commands the floor on the other side.
Yeah, Ellie Fox now, she has 6.6 rebounds, got an assist, got a steal, got a block shot. She's doing a lot of things for her team. And though Watson, she made that play late, had a little problem around the glass, the sophomore Leah Giantonio came in. That person as a post player for Gary Jackson did a good job.
Our across-campus player of the week for week number 2 of the basketball season from Lockport is Graham Schultz, a senior football, boys basketball, and baseball star for the Lockport Lions. He shows tremendous character and leadership across all 3 sports. This past fall, Graham embraced a change in position on the football team, moving from his quarterback 1 role to a utility role on offense. He did so with grace and humility, and despite the change, his focus never faltered, nor did his performance. So Graham Schultz has earned the honor of being this week's BTPM Friday Night Lights Across Campus Player of the week. So that first half low scoring, 24-12, the lead for Niagara Wheatfield after 16 minutes of basketball. Both these teams average around 38, 40 points in that range. Is it a race to 40 points from this point out?
It very well could be, and Coach Jackson has to be pleased with the output of 24 for his young team right here. But again, points are a little bit hard to come by right now. So we'll see what happens as this second half starts.
We'll step aside and come back for the second half. Well, let's go to the coach's corner right now. PJ Cauley gives his tips on the 2-3 zone. Here's coach's corner.
Welcome into the studios of BTPM. Time for the first edition of Coach's Corner. Jack Kreuzer, PJ Cauley with you. PJ, we're talking the 2-3 zone today. Let's begin defensively.
If we look at it from the basket out, your 3 players on the baseline are the 3B guys, okay? They have the ball, the block, and the basket. And the landmark, okay, is the free throw line extended. So we're going to put the ball just inside towards the baseline, the free throw line extended. And I'll show you what I mean with the 3Bs, okay? If it's below the free throw line, the basic rule of thumb is it's the bottom guy's responsibility to stop the ball. The ball has to be identified and stopped at all costs. So if he goes out and guards the ball and we force to those best defenders on the floor, who are they, Jack?
Line and base.
The Line brothers, side and base. So we're going to play and try to force them not to a wing drive and say, well, coach, I made him go to the baseline side. Yeah, the guy laid it in. Okay? What you have to do is try to force really to the deep corner, okay, where the Line brothers can help you. When the ball reverses, remember, we said the number one premise is the ball always has to be identified and stopped. Who gets it? The first person that can. The immediacy there. You know, we can play accordingly from here if somehow this breaks down. That one, though, is more successful, especially if these guys are these players are good players and they square and they're able to do another concept. Use your fakes against the zone to move these players so you can get the ball where you want it.
Now, PJ, does the size, the height of your team matter if you're going up against a zone like Lockport we've got this week? They're a smaller team facing a zone at times this year. What can they do? Is it the same principles?
It can be, or you can change the principles just a little bit here, okay? You know, in Lockport, you know, they may be a team that wishes to do that, okay? You know, so they may not, because of their size, be able to throw it in, okay? But perhaps they can use their quickness to attack it in.
Welcome. We've seen that 2-3 zone from both teams defensively tonight, PJ. And let's go through our team objectives. First for Niagara Wheatfield, the visitors with a 24-12 lead at halftime. Their first objective was to maximize their possessions. Their second, grow up quickly.
Yeah, on maximize possessions, I give them a B. There was some possessions, even late, that they could have been a little bit more efficient, been a little bit more patient, but a pretty good job, and contributions from a lot of players. That's growing up fast.
For the Lockport Lions, their objectives, number one, same thing, maximize their possessions. Their second, Buzak elevating her teammates.
Yeah, you know, I think they need to work on that a little bit. Their possessions, not terrible, but Buzak not only score, look to facilitate, look to orchestrate.
Those are your team objectives on BTPM's Friday Night Lights. We're ready for the second half of action between the Niagara Wheatfield Falcons and the Lockport Lions. A 12-point ball game. Lockport has only had 2 scorers so far. Buzak with 7 points, Ava King with 5. On the other side, the Lady Falcons of Niagara Wheatfield, Idzik with 6, Gian Antonio with 4, Specht with 5, Watson with 3, and Fox with 6. Jack Kreuzer, PJ Cauley, second half of action on BTPM's Friday Night Lights, presented by Villa Maria College. And right away, Lockport's offensive possession to our right yields a foul away from the ball against Niagara Wheatfield.
Yeah, Hannah Idzik, the officials felt was a little too aggressive getting through that screen set for Buzak on the baseline.
Buzak to inbound at the baseline. Takes a peek, finds King on the right wing. Delivers up top, Scapoletti around the horn to Buzak. Short corner, Jay. Short. Rebound for Niagara Wheatfield. Specht. First possession of the second half for Niagara Wheatfield. The zone defensive Lockport sets up. Inside Watson. Turnaround, Jay. Strong. King tips the rebound off of a Wheatfield Falcon. And Lockport takes possession back.
Concerted effort to go inside. They got it there to Gia Watson. Couldn't finish it. But if you continue to go to the basket, good things tend to happen.
Volmy, pass to the right block. Adderline loses possession. Watson steals it away at the low right block for Niagara Wheatfield. The freshman, Gia Watson, taken out for most of the second quarter. Gets the nod to start the third. And a couple of impactful plays already in the opening minute. Right wing Watson has it in the corner. To the arc for Idzik. Down low pass, stolen away by King for Lockport. Ava King, the freshman, to the left side. Buzak goes to the basket. Reverse layup off the rim, and Strong Fox the rebound below the basket.
I like her thought process, though, coming out of half, trying to get to the basket.
Ellie Fox to the corner, backs down Adderline, throws it up top to the near wing, Lillian Specht. And a 3-second violation in the lane called against Gia Watson.
Yeah, Gia Watson was in there just a little bit too long, trying to get position inside, which is very important to the offense of Niagara Wheatfield.
Ellie Fox is in that Hakeem Warwick position in the 2-3 zone. And just like Warwick, she blocks the pass inside and steals it for Wheatfield. To the low left block, Specht. In offensive transition, down low pass Watson. She gets pounded to the floor. No call, and Lockport comes away with the basketball. King inside. Buzak through contact. Draws a foul on Idzik.
There's the good things that have happened. 3 possessions for Lockport. All 3, Emma Buzak has found herself at the basket. That's a good prescription for the Lady Lions.
Very different from the first half where she spent a lot of time beyond the arc.
I think that discussion was had at that halftime. And I think it'll yield positive results. Yeah, Hakeem Warwick, he was pretty good on the back line there.
So our full version of the coach's corner, PJ went into the history of Coach Boeheim implementing the 2-3 zone. It took a long time for people to buy in, really until 2003. It didn't have many legs to stand on. Buzak.
Yeah, there was some basketball bravado mentality, saying you couldn't play aggressively and hard against the zone. Well, the Syracuse Orange changed that thought process.
Buzak goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line. 24-13, Lockport trails. Low right block. Watson is denied down low by King. Loose ball at the baseline, held in by Buzak as she scoops it ahead to Chantel Carter, the sophomore guard off the bench for Lockport. Brings it up. Finds Buzak cutting right to left. Emma Buzak sets up the offense. Lockport sets up 4 players staggered across the free throw line, extended. 8 seconds to shoot. Ellie Fox jumps the route with Buzak standing there. Fox takes it end to end. She gets blocked from behind and steps out of bounds as she gets the rebound. Fox wanted a call, nothing coming.
She wanted to, and she's got to learn as a young player here. Don't grandstand for the call. Just keep going to the rack. It'll happen, because she made a wonderful steal on the backside. You know, Jack, and we'll talk about an adjustment. I think that's positive for Lockport. Put Buzak at the free throw line.
Lockport inside. Watson can't convert. Or rather, Buzak couldn't convert. Now it is Buzak with a block defensively. Watson with it inside the lane. Throws up an errant shot. Adderline steals it away for Lockport. Trailing by 11. They've got to go on a run halfway through the third quarter.
Watson has to get balanced and has to use her fakes, as Gary Jackson said at the half.
Buzak pulls a deep 2 from the left wing. An air ball caught below the basket by Volmy. Her put back short. She snatches it away. Outside 3 for Buzak.
Yeah, that's money. She's money. That's inside out. That's what she practices all the time. Feet set, early arc.
24-16. Niagara Wheatfield still the lead, but Lockport clawing back. Watson inside the paint. And a foul called down low as she battled with Ava King.
She's been looking to get a call. That time she got it. And she got it because she forced Ava King a little bit out of position, riding her with the body.
Well, you take a quick look at the Niagara Frontier League standings. Entering tonight, Lockport, the only league win so far. Kenmore West, the only league loss. This just the second league game that has been played in the NFL so far. The free throw attempt, no good for Niagara Wheatfield. And, well, a turnover on Lockport in transition, and the Falcons take it right back. A timeout called by head coach Gary Jackson of Niagara Wheatfield. A full timeout for the Falcons. Let's bring those standings back up from the Niagara Frontier League. Lockport 3-1. Kenmore East off to a good start in the girls basketball side of things as well. They are 3-1, all games in non-league play. So Niagara Wheatfield, despite their 1-2 record, with losses coming to Williamsville South and Sacred Heart, again all non-league, their ambitions of league championship still lie in front of them.
They do, for both teams. It's, you know, the basketball season is a marathon, not a sprint. You really only got to be playing your best once we get into February, you know, after the first of the year. So it's all about the process of evolution of your team. You know, we talked about during that possession, and we talked about during Coach's Corner, sometimes the best offense, put your best player in that high post, get the ball, and let that player turn and square to the basket, see what the defense does. Buzak might be able to do a job there, although Coach Catalano does need her on the perimeter as well, so it's a tough question to answer.
Lockport lost a couple of key players last year, specifically their starting point guard. Ezreal Hall graduated after scoring 28 points, 12 rebounds in their playoff loss to North Tonawanda last year in the quarterfinal of the Class AA bracket. Niagara Wheatfield with the ball out of the timeout. Inside the paint, Fox finds Watson. Low high, she travels inside. The freshman called for the turnover.
Yeah, she did. Again, Coach Jackson, he loves out of timeouts to get the ball inside. He did it again. Just a little bit of execution error there.
Lockport looking to capitalize. Down 24-16. Buzak atop the key. Floats it to the free throw line. The pass down low for Anderline is stolen away by Idzik of Niagara Wheatfield.
Good job by Idzik anticipating that pass.
Far corner. The Line brothers doing good work on Pilato, and Buzak forces the turnover out of bounds.
One of the Line brothers got a TO there. See, the
Line sisters tonight.
The Line sisters, they're foolproof, man. They're always making plays.
I've never seen a Line brother or sister turn the ball over themselves.
No, they're very efficient players.
Not great on offense, but
don't score very much.
Front court left, Volmy down to the low left block, tips off Watson's hands and out of bounds.
The Lady Lions are looking more towards the basket this half. Just got to get their spacing and execution to work for them.
Leah Giantonio into the game at center, replacing Watson for Niagara Wheatfield. Gia Watson, a long conversation with Coach Jackson. A rebound offensively. Volmy put back for Lockport, misses it strong. She pokes it away from Giantonio. Out of bounds, though, off of Volmy. Great possession for the senior CC.
She's an aggressive, hustling player. Does a lot of dirty work for Coach Catalano.
3:05 to go in the third quarter. 24-16 the lead for Wheatfield. Fox through the turnstile on Anderline. Takes it baseline. Pass to the far corner. Inside the arc. Pilato's jumper is strong. Rebound King for Lockport. Carter walks the dog across the timeline. Pump fake left. Cuts to the basket after the pass. Kick to the corner. Three on the way. Anderline misses it strong. An air ball out of bounds.
Let's see if they have Emma Buzak inbound. No, she's going to receive a screen here somehow, though. Try to get that ball side jumper.
Anderline peeks across the floor. Gets it near side for Carter. Bounce pass. Volmy has the screen. Uses it to the baseline. Goes up as it's stolen away in midair by Giantonio.
Yep, she's got good timing on her blocks.
Fox cruises into offensive territory. Leaves it for the trailer, Idzik. Looking to infiltrate the zone to the near side. Specht pulls the mid-range J off into the right. King tips the rebound off of Gianantonio. Recovered on the far side by Niagara Wheatfield with a shot clock reset. Fox into the corner for Pilato. Pass inside. Gianantonio's hook is off to the right. Smacked by Volmy and recovered by Anderline near side.
Pretty good offense, though, for the Falcons. Just can't cash it in.
Buzak to the rack. No foul called as she got hit from behind and lost possession. Out of bounds. Substitution. Scapoletti comes in to replace Chantel Carter. Good minutes there from the sophomore
Very
guard.
nice job by her.
Buzak to inbound at the baseline, standing on the O of Lockport on the blue apron. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Buzak step aside, triple off the mark. Offensive rebound, King. Her putback is short and out of bounds off of King. A minute 39 to go in the third quarter. 24-16 is the lead for Niagara Wheatfield. These two teams split their season series last year. Lockport has won 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Into the corner. Specht inside. Gianantonio adds 2 more. She's got 6 tonight. And the 10-point lead regained.
Sophomore, there's a lot of potential. She's a very long athlete. Gets one to drop there, and Coach Jackson's team needed that.
Ava King. Lockport emphasizing cutting to the basket after a pass. That clear. No pass is coming, though. Then the pass from Volmy to Scapoletti. Hit her in the face. She got the ball away and had a shot, but the shot was off the mark. Idzik steals it. Up ahead, and a travel called in transition offense against the Lady Falcons. Lillian Specht turns it over. Under a minute to go in the third quarter, 26-16 Wheatfield.
Good eyes by Ellie Fox, though, getting that ball up the floor. That time Specht kept running. She just took too many steps.
Buzak. Far side, Volmy. Gives it up for Scapoletti. Pass to the corner. Ava King drives baseline to Anderline. Left wing triple. Anderline rattles it in.
Big shot.
First points of the night for the senior Arden Anderline.
She's a 5-sport student athlete. Imagine that.
Left side. 1 second difference between shot and game clock. Straightaway triple. Specht sinks it. Niagara Wheatfield responds.
There's an answer. Let's see if the Lady Lions can make this single digits as we head to the fourth.
7 seconds to go in the third. Buzak with the ball in her hands. She gives it up. Scapoletti to the corner. Anderline's triple well off the mark. A strong air ball, and that'll do it for the third quarter. 29-19, Niagara Wheatfield. The lead over Lockport heading to the fourth quarter on BTPM's Friday Night Lights, presented by Villa Maria College.
Brighton Wine and Liquor, located at 930 Brighton Avenue in Tonawanda, features wines from all over the world and expert curators who can help you select the right wine or spirit for your occasion. Brighton Wine and Liquor, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda.
Support for Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from SEI. SEI proudly supports the WNED Foundation, connecting communities through the Friday Night Lights tradition. More information at SEIC.com.
Support for Buffalo Toronto Public Media's Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from Mr. Goodbar, your Elmwood Avenue home for football and more food, beverage, and atmosphere. At 1110 Elmwood Avenue in Buffalo, Mr. Goodbar, home of DJ Crespo's away game viewing parties.
Support for Buffalo Toronto Public Media's Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from your local Denny's. America's Diner is always open. Denny's salutes Section 6 student athletes, serving you with 18 locations throughout the region.
Welcome back to Lockport High School. Next week, a great girls basketball game for you when the Clarence Red Devils host the Orchard Park Quakers for girls hoops on Friday, December 19th at 7 p.m. right here on BTPM Create and BTPM NPR. 8 minutes to play from Lockport High School in this NFL battle, 29-19. Wheatfield the lead through 3 quarters. Jack Kreuzer, PJ Cauley with you on BTPM's Friday Night Lights. Out of bounds on the near side, off of Arden Anderline, and Ellie Fox takes a fall. Niagara Wheatfield with possession. Left wing, Lillian Speck, double team. Gets it inside Jen Antonio to the free throw line. A quick J is strong from Speck. Defensive board for Scapoletti. She's been everywhere, standing at 5 foot if that.
Yeah, she doesn't really know that she's 5 foot if that. She just sticks her nose there and makes plays.
Volmy gets denied inside by Jen Antonio, and it's stolen away by Wheatfield's Lillian Specht. Another impressive sophomore on the other side. Specht with 6 to shoot. Atop the key, Ellie Fox looks inside. I don't think the shot clock reset
I think
on
we
the
had
change
a little
of
bit
possessions.
Yeah, I think they're saying there.
As soon as Wheatfield
Coach
came
Joe
down.
Scapoletti from Lockport said, yeah, we made a little mistake there. Well, you know, we are human. You're allowed one.
Absolutely. 7:14 on the game clock. And the officials will. Well, it seemed like the officials would take a quick timeout, and that they will. It'll be charged to Niagara Wheatfield. So, looking ahead in the schedule for the Niagara Wheatfield Lady Falcons, they are 1-2 entering tonight. They will close out 2025, the calendar year, with a home game against Lockport next Tuesday night. Lewiston Porter rolls to town before they travel to CSAT, and then they host Starpoint on December 23rd. Then they get their holiday break and don't return until January 6th. But that's straight league games until the start of February for Niagara Wheatfield.
Yeah, so there's no time to have a game where you can experiment. You got to these games mean so much for your playoff seeding. And when you look at it from the 23rd of December to the 6th of January, they're off. Coach Jackson can take the data from those early games and say, hey, it's like a camp there. We got about 10 days. What do we really got to focus on as we move to the next calendar year?
29-19, the score in favor of Niagara Wheatfield. Last year, they finished 9-11. They were 4-8 in Niagara Frontier League play, but Coach Gary Jackson is very confident. The Niagara Falls High School graduate told me at practice earlier this week that he thinks his team can and should compete for a league championship this year.
Yeah, I've always been impressed with Coach Jackson. Does a very nice job.
Inside the paint, Jen Antonio travels out of the timeout for Niagara Wheatfield.
Now, you know, when he went to Niagara Falls High School, they were the Power Cats.
They weren't the Wolverines.
No, and they were red, silver, and white.
Left wing 3 for Ava King. That is strong, an air ball. Offensive rebound. Left wing deep. 2 for Scapoletti. Short. Another O board for Volmy. Around the horn. King resets for Lockport. She takes it into the paint. Goes up through contact. No call. Rebound for Niagara Wheatfield and Pilato. Loose ball as Buzak fights to steal it away. She tipped it to the sideline, out of bounds, and it's Lockport's possession as Scapoletti came flying in.
There she goes, again, doing those kinds of hustle-type plays. You know, she comes from an athletic family, and she's really a solid teammate for these Lady Lions.
This is Friday Night Lights on BTPM Create, Spectrum Channel 1275, and on BTPM NPR, WBFO and WBFO HD1 Buffalo, WUBJ Jamestown, and WOLN Olean, a service of Buffalo, Toronto, Public Media, Local Sports. A couple missed jumpers for Lockport. They get a steal and then a foul called on Hannah Idzik, her third personal for the Falcons.
Steal by guess who? Sydney Scapoletti finds Buzak after that. Now she's at the free throw line, chance to cut into this lead.
Buzak around and out, misses the free throw attempt.
I'm interested to see if Coach Joe Catalano's going to extend the floor a little bit here, put some more pressure on this young Wheatfield team as they try to get the ball up half court and get set up.
Buzak hits the second after missing the first. 12 points for Emma Buzak and a 30-second timeout called by the Lockport Lady Lions. Speaking of the Lady Lions, their upcoming schedule similar to Niagara Wheatfield. They've got some league games coming up from here on out, but they only have one more game in the month of December.
Yeah.
That'll be next Tuesday against Applied Technologies. Then they're off until the new year, January 2nd. They head to Roy Hart.
Got to take advantage of that break. You know, you had your preseason camp. It becomes almost like camp again. We got a sample of what we are and what we can become. Now let's focus on the keys for our improvement. I always love practice during that time of year, but
what does a practice during that time look like?
Well, you know what? Remember that, everybody been eating the Christmas hams, the cookies. You get them running right away. Get them moving, get them into practice right away. I always found that to be effective, and make it competitive. And again, you got your sample size, and you're getting the key points that you need to work on to be a competitive team. Here's the press we talked about.
Niagara Wheatfield breaks it. Near side, Fox gives it up. Pilato to the far side. Specht into the corner. Deep three for Idzik. She got it in the corner. Hannah Idzik's third triple of the night.
Big shot by Idzik.
32-20 the lead for Wheatfield. And a steal defensively from Idzik. Up ahead for Pilato. And the junior Gracie Pilato pulls it away. Specht.
Here's where you go.
Down low. Gian Antonio back out for Specht. Stolen away. Volmi and Scapoletti with their hands on it.
Scapoletti's got to have a half dozen steals.
Buzak to Volmi, who's been a bulldog inside as well.
Nice
Bounce
find.
pass across the floor. Ederline gives it up. Scapoletti drives and hooks. They're off the rim. Rebound to the baseline. Out of bounds. And a foul called against Lockport as that rebound came down, and it will be against Cece Volmi, her third. That's the team's first of this fourth quarter.
Now, this is game management time for the Falcons here. You've got a 12-point lead with 5.5 minutes left. Quality shots are key here. Nice job breaking the press.
Idzik to the far side. Specht swings it down low. Gian Antonio's shot short. Offensive rebound. Pilato, her putback strong. Rebound all the way to the half-court stripe. Ellie Fox takes a spill. No call. And Lockport comes away with it. Ederline and Buzak were all over Ellie Fox. The sophomore for Niagara Wheatfield gets it all the way to center court. Ederline and the Lions take it away.
Basketball's not a contact sport, huh? Some great hustle there.
And a timeout
by both
called.
Teams.
Sorry, Pete.
Lockport gets the possession arrow. But that was a really good possession for Niagara Wheatfield, even though they didn't score. Okay, really, it should be very basket-oriented at this time. And then if you get that inside-out three like they did with Idzik, okay, go ahead and do it. But now that key we talked about, maximize possessions, key for both teams. Now, Lockport, you're getting down here. Okay, you need some efficient possessions. And if you're the Falcons, let's just make sure we're taking quality shots. Right person, right spot, right time.
So again, we mentioned that game next week. Orchard Park at Clarence should be a great one. Orchard Park has such a deep lineup. Ella Hernandez so far has been their best player, but it's pretty split. They've got 4 players averaging.
They got some experience and some really good athletes that are not just basketball players.
Orchard Park 4-0 in ECIC 1 so far. Overall, they're 4-0. Clarence is 1-2, all non-league games thus far. So be with us next week for that one. Out of the timeout, Lockport with possession. 5:15 to go in the game. Trailing by 12. They have not led. Outside of the first points of the game from Buzak. It's Ederline down the right lane line. Her shot is tipped out of bounds off of Idzik at the baseline. Buzak to inbound. Buzak throws it all the way to the far side. Ederline swings it near wing. Unable to handle it was Ming. It deflects off the hands of Idzik and out. Or check that, Specht, who came over to catch it.
Specht's had a good game tonight. She's done a lot of positive things and hit some shots for Coach Gary Jackson.
Markayla Ming, far side, Scapoletti to the corner. Buzak, 4 to shoot. Buzak to the rack. Her layup short. Underneath the basket, Watson gets the rebound for Niagara Wheatfield. Back onto the floor. Far side, Pilato. Up top, Idzik, down low. Watson goes to work, steps around the defender. Her layup is short. Rebound Specht to the right side. Pilato's 3-foot jumper is short. And jump ball as Niagara Wheatfield will retain possession.
I like Emma Buzak going to the basket again. She's just got to get that ball a little higher on the rim. And don't ask for calls. Go get them.
Far side, Watson around the horn. Pump fake for Pilato. Drives inside. And off the hands of Eliza Berry and out. It did deflect off of a Falcon. Lockport possession, trailing by 12. Is 12 too much to come back from?
No, it's not, but you have to really maximize possessions here.
That was key number one for both teams.
And somebody other than Emma Buzak has got to make a play offensively.
Markayla Ming, Scapoletti, pass down low. At the low left block, Berry's jumper short. Rebound for Idzik again of Niagara Wheatfield. Fox breaks the timeline. Right side, deep three, off the window, strong. Rebound Wheatfield, Pilato.
A lot of standing right now for the Falcons. Got to get moving because the intensity of the Lions defense has picked up.
Fox on the near wing. Into the corner for Watson. Inside the paint, Pilato poked by Buzak. Three-point try from the left wing for Watson is strong, and Buzak gets the rebound. Anderline stretches the floor. Buzak doesn't give it to her. Now she does. Near wing, Anderline. Into the corner for Berry. Down to the block. Anderline's layup short. Rebound Niagara Wheatfield.
Good offense that time. Just couldn't finish it.
Fox breaks the timeline. Inside, Watson goes to work. High off the top of the backboard. No whistle there. Lockport gets possession nonetheless. 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, trailing 32-20. Far side, Scapoletti. Front court left, Emma Buzak. She's been a shooter all night. 3 triples already, a team at a game high 12 points. Into the paint, Scapoletti goes to work. Her turnaround shot is off to the left. Rebound for Niagara Wheatfield. Anna Idzik, far side. Down to the corner, Lillian Specht. To Idzik, smacked from behind by Buzak, lost it, recovered by Specht. Her floater is good.
Quality shot. You know, we said grow up fast by the Falcons. This has been a good game for them. Showing some maturity down here on the offensive end, getting quality shots close to the basket.
Timeout called by Lockport, a full timeout. Well, Lockport, a lot of history here in Niagara County. 18 times sectional champions, the girls basketball team. When you look around the gymnasium at Lockport High School, there's seldom banners that have more numbers on it than the girls basketball banner. Their last championship came in 2018, the Niagara Frontier League title. Their last sectional title came in 2011, but they do have one of the few state championships on any banner at Lockport High School. That came back in 1994.
Coach Bill Shaw was here for a long time. Great athletic tradition here at Lockport High School.
It's really hard for Coach Joe Catalano and even his sister Karen, who coached before him, to replace someone so legendary who had the program at such a standard before taking over like Coach Shaw had.
Always difficult. But Coach Catalano in his AC season, 85-63 record, well above 500. The Lady Lions have been a prominent program in our area for quite some time.
2:25 to go in the fourth quarter tonight. 34-20 the lead for Niagara Wheatfield after Lillian Specht's 2-point play. Lockport with the ball. Buzak out of the timeout. Gets a screen from Anderline into the corner. Scapoletti splits 2 defenders and draws a foul. Well, just like you said on Coach's corner, get to the open space of the defense.
Attack
and maybe
the gaps. See if you can get 2 feet in the paint.
Specht picks up her second personal foul. No one in any trouble. Baseline right. Anderline finds Volmy in the paint. She is fouled in between Watson and Fox.
Good cut by Volmy there. That was a point of emphasis for Coach Catalano. Improve their cutting. Great cut there. Now, this is how you cut into a lead. You try to get free throws while the clock is stopped.
Volmy's first attempt tonight, a miss. Hasn't gotten on the score sheet yet tonight. CC Volmy, you mentioned, on that volleyball team that went to the sectional championship this fall.
Good-looking athlete.
She goes 1 for 2, gets a turnover on the full court press from Lockport. Loose ball held in by Ederline. Oh, it just came out of bounds on the near sideline, said Joe Sarkis.
Coach Jackson told us before the game, if they were pressed like a situation like that, he wanted to see if his young team could show some maturity and some discipline. Well, here we go.
That was the one thing he said he would have concern about tonight.
Certainly. He inserts Kaylin Leslie, the young guard, to help with the ball handling aspect of things.
Timeout called by Niagara Wheatfield and Coach Gary Jackson, and for good reason.
Yep.
It just makes you wonder. Boy, I bet Joe Catalano's kicking himself saying, why don't we go to this earlier?
Well, again, early in the season, you can find out some things about your team that you weren't aware of, that were actually better playing at a certain pace than was expected. So, yeah, let's see what happens. I would have liked to see him extend the floor a little earlier in the game and test this young Wheatfield team.
We've seen that even at the collegiate level. Think locally, right here in Niagara County, the Purple Eagles with their Hurricane Havoc defense that Jada Pierce runs with their women's basketball program.
And
constantly top 10 in the country in turnovers forced.
Exactly. You know, and the thing about that is when you play like that, you get the spurts. You might play even with a team the whole game, but you have 2 8-point spurts, you win by 16 points.
Niagara Wheatfield's pass ahead, stolen away. Volmy chases it down in front of Leslie. Lockport with possession, down 13. Buzak knives into the lane, gets hit as her and Watson collide. Looked like Watson took something to the mouth. She pops back up and dealing with the pain, plays on. Niagara Wheatfield beats the timeline, and a foul from behind on Buzak.
The Lady Lions may start to elect a foul. Of course, they've only got 2 right now to get the free throw shooting situation with Wheatfield. Let's see what happens. Nice job on the sideline out of bounds.
Watson gives it back to Speck, who found her from the sideline. Leslie at the left elbow, outside. Watson pulls a triple over King. Off back iron, rebound tipped. Buzak is there, and a foul.
Didn't need that one from Gia Watson. The clock is your friend now. You know, they're really just trying to play a game of keep away, the Falcons. They've got enough points right now.
Well, they give that foul to Gracie Pilato, the guard for Niagara Wheatfield. And a substitution after Watson got hit, looked like in her mouth there on that last play.
Yeah, she got a little bit of a whack like post players sometimes do. Giantonio comes in. She's had an outstanding game for Coach Jackson and the Lady Falcons.
90 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Triple for Buzak is strong. Offensive rebound, Volmy. Right wing, King. Pulls a triple off the mark to the right. Another O board for Volmy, and she draws a foul. Cece Volmy and Sydney Scapoletti. I think any team in Western New York would take them on their team.
Absolutely. These are the glue kind of people. You know, getting the loose balls, setting screens, rebounding, steals, you know. Quality players, quality young student athletes for the Lions. What a nice gym here at Lockport High School.
They do a nice job with the branding here at Lockport. Volmy misses the first free throw. I like the Niagara Frontier League banners they've got for sportsmanship hung up to our right. Volmy's second attempt is true. She's got 2 points tonight. Cuts the deficit down to 12, 34-22. Niagara Wheatfield, errant pass held in by Fox. It scoots up the near sideline, out of bounds, and Lockport has possession again.
Well, there's that young team with Coach Jackson saying we can be able to handle that. Had a little trouble.
Volmy inside the paint, low left block. Buzak couldn't get it. Volmy keeps possession, throws it down low. Buzak tries to bring it out of the paint, and she does. On the left wing, Buzak picked up her dribble, gets it over to Scapoletti. Back to Buzak in the corner with under a minute to go. Buzak enters the lane and draws a foul. Call on Gracie Pilato, her second. And Buzak goes to the strike.
Been kind of a tough night for her, but she's battling to the end. You got to like that.
Buzak at the stripe. 2 shots. The first, good.
She really has a really nice shooting motion. All good shooters have that early arc on the shot. Watch Emma Buzak.
13 points already tonight.
The
second one
like she was trying to miss it.
And she got the rebound. They call a lane violation.
It is.
Apropos of your comment.
Yeah, well, you can see that without early arc, it's
it was a good teach tape. Here's what not to do.
It's physics, Jack. It's physics. Gives a better chance to go in.
So a timeout called by Lockport. 56 seconds to go in this fourth quarter.
You know who's big on that?
Who's that?
A Lockport-type person that was a Coach John Beeline.
Oh,
Coach
yeah.
John Beeline from right in this area here. Went to Lockport DeSales High School, which doesn't exist any longer. And he's big on early arc, eyes up, early arc.
So DeSales still has a Catholic charter school at the middle school level in Lockport. That's where Emma Buzak and Arden Anderline went.
Beautiful.
So they would have went to DeSales had it still been a school.
That's been a while since DeSales.
It's interesting. Arden Enterline hadn't played basketball for a while. Emma Buzak convinced her to join the team. I believe it was in 8th grade where she said, we need some players, and you'll have a lot of fun. And even despite some losses that they had last year during a 500, 11-11 season, Buzak and Enterline, you couldn't tell with the smiles on their face. They have a great time on the court, even in practice when I showed up on Monday.
You know what it's really about. I mean, obviously what we're doing here is providing another educational outlet for these folks, and they got to enjoy this. This is the time of their lives.
56 seconds to go.
Wheatfield can go all the way to the backcourt here.
They go to the basket instead. Pilato outside. Gianantonio banks it from the short corner on the far side.
Hard to do. That's hard to do in a horse game.
8 points for Gianantonio.
Big shot.
36-23 the lead.
Nice play design, though, by Gary Jackson.
Right corner three. Anderline misses it strong. Scapoletti the rebound on the far side. Ties it up with Fox. Jump ball favors Lockport. And now the bench will empty for the Lockport Lions for the final 39 seconds of the game. 36-23 the lead for the visitors. Niagara Wheatfield, who came in here last year and defeated Lockport 48-20 in February after getting beat 56-27 in December last year at Niagara Wheatfield.
How about that? The last 3 ball games from these programs, it's been the visiting teams that come away with a victory.
And as Joe Catalano said, he doesn't understand why, but this gym does not treat the Lady Lions well. Last year they were 5-5. It's something about it. They're a better road team. Down the right lane line, Gianna Burkhart.
All right, Gianna, the sophomore, gets in there.
Running
Gets
floater.
her name in the stat sheet.
38-23 the lead. Less than a second differing shot and game clock. The Lady Lions off the bench with Ming. To the near side, Ariel Smith. Up top, running floater at the free throw line from King off the mark. Or Ming, rather. Rebound for Burkhart. And the final 10 seconds tick away. Niagara Wheatfield wants some more. Natalie Bird outside. Swing to the near side. Grace Ortman pulls the triple off. Back iron.
Ortman was ready for that one. Her teammates got up, hoping she knocked that down.
Oh, that'll do it as the buzzer sounds from Lockport High School. 38-23. The Niagara Wheatfield Falcons come away with the victory over the Lockport Lions. Niagara Wheatfield picks up their first win in divisional play this season. They move to 2-2 overall. Lockport moves to 3-2. We'll step aside and return with our post-game show on BTPM's Friday Night Lights, presented by Villa Maria College.
Hi, I'm Ken Burns. For the last 9 years, I, along with my co-directors Sarah Botstein and David Schmidt, have been working on a 6-part, 12-hour series on the American Revolution. Throughout my professional life, PBS has been a home for history, storytelling free from commercial influence, and media motivated solely by the mission to educate, inform, and inspire. That's what you'll find on Buffalo Toronto Public Media. You'll also find our newest film, the American Revolution. Experience it on the free PBS app or right here on Buffalo Toronto Public Media. Learn more at btpm.org. Thank you.
Stream the series now on the PBS app.
A well-crafted will or estate plan speaks volumes about your hopes and dreams for the future. It also ensures that what you've worked a lifetime for is distributed according to your wishes. As Buffalo Toronto Public Media looks to our future, we would be honored to share your legacy and ensure that quality public broadcasting is here for future generations. Please contact me, Lisa Latrovato, at 716-845-7031 for more information.
At PBS, we know that helping students learn is a teacher's top priority. That's why we offer our free, easy-to-use digital platform, PBS Learning Media. With thousands of standards-aligned resources in every subject, plus videos and interactive activities from the trusted programs you know and love. Wildcrats, Nova, Ken Burns, and much more. Find the content you need to enhance lessons and help spark your students' sense of curiosity at PBS Learning Media. Visit pbslearningmedia.org to learn more.
Support for Buffalo Toronto Public Media's Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from your local Denny's. America's Diner is always open. Denny's salutes Section 6 student athletes, serving you with 18 locations throughout the region.
Welcome back to Lockport High School. Girls basketball final tonight, 38-23, Niagara Wheatfield the win over Lockport, a gym that has been quite friendly to head coach Gary Jackson and the Niagara Wheatfield Lady Falcons. Welcome courtside, PJ Cauley, Jack Kreuzer, Coach Gary Jackson, and our player of the game, Ellie Fox, with us tonight. Guys, thanks for taking the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Coach, how do you feel overall in the performance?
Well, this is our first league game. We had to get some jitters out, some nervousness. Lockport always has a good defense, but they came together. I knew at the half, once we get that out of us, lockdown on number one, and then I rely on Ellie. I had to jump on her a couple of times. Her little attitude started going, but she's a young player. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't even be here right now. So she really led the team. She's the vocal piece. And, she's my Scottie Pippen of this league. So, hey, without her,
Yeah, she keeps you together, Coach. But you got contributions from a whole host of players here tonight.
Yes.
Talk about that and how that's going to bode well for your season moving forward.
Well, being so young, we're always going to get a little flustered, and you have to have the calmness on the bench and ready to come in. We go about 8 to 9 deep, and today we brought Big L. What's Big L name? Lila what?
John Antonio.
Yeah.
Boy, she had a really nice game for you.
Yes, block shots, played defense. She gets the offense on the other team always nervous because she will block shots. Couple good rebounds, and she made some key baskets for us. And then we had to put our speed out there a couple times. Kayla Leslie, so she helped us. Kaylin, she helped us move the ball down. And so, that's just what we do. Next man up.
Ellie, how did you feel on the win tonight, overall, the performance?
And, Coach asks a lot from you. He said that to us before the game, and you're in your third year in the varsity, even though you're only a sophomore, okay? How do you feel about taking that load and taking responsibility for you and your teammates?
I feel great taking it. I'm happy to take it. I feel like it really pushes me as a player, and it makes me help all my other players, and it makes me a better player just in general.
Yeah, and you're doing something good. You don't have to score. You do score, but you don't have to score to lead your team. How many rebounds she have,
Jack? It was clear tonight, the stat line for Ellie Fox, 6 points, 8 rebounds, and assists, 3 blocks tonight, doing it all over the floor.
And facilitating for your team. Nice job. We wish you good luck going forward, guys.
Yes.
Coach, what do you take from this game? It's easier to learn things from a win, they say. What are some things that you look at and say early in the season, we've still got to improve on that?
Well, I'll tell you the first thing we got to improve on, we got to slide our feet. We got to get around screens. Sometimes we'll see the screener there. We'll either stop with the screen or we'll try to run through the screen. And so we got to learn, get around that screen, more communication. Ellie is the biggest communicator, but I can't have her the only one out there communicating. So once we get the communication going, getting around screens, and then settling down on offense, we'll be good.
So for Gia Watson, took out a couple of times in that second quarter. We mentioned the contributions from Lila Gianantonio.
Yes.
What can you use this game for the freshman Gia Watson?
Well, I got to just tell her, sometimes the game won't go your way. Let the game come to you. She has a nice mid-range. She can shoot a three. So sometimes when I'm telling her to go down low, I'm telling her to pop out, but she really wants that interior. So sometimes that's on me. It's not just her. I got to pull her out of there sometimes.
Yeah. And you mentioned at half your work with her on using her fakes.
Yes.
Because she gets the ball in good position. Some use of fakes and a little more balance.
Yes.
You know what I mean? With that strong body could go a long way for that young player.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm going to take what you're telling me. I'm going to take it to practice, and I'm going to say I'm not the only one saying it. Let's get this together. Yeah, yes.
This is Teach Tape for the Niagara Wheatfield Falcons.
Yes.
Guys, thanks for joining us. Coach Jackson.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You.
My brother, always good to see you.
Ellie Fox, congratulations.
Way to go, Ellie.
Yes,
Enjoy yourself.
We'll step aside and be back with more of the Villa Maria College post-game show after this.
Brighton Wine and Liquor, located at 930 Brighton Avenue in Tonawanda, features wines from all over the world and expert curators who can help you select the right wine or spirit for your occasion. Brighton Wine and Liquor, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda.
Support for Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from SEI. SEI proudly supports the WNED Foundation, connecting communities through the Friday Night Lights tradition. More information at SEIC.com.
Support for Buffalo Toronto Public Media's Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from Mr. Goodbar, your Elmwood Avenue home for football and more food, beverage, and atmosphere. At 1110 Elmwood Avenue in Buffalo, Mr. Goodbar, home of DJ Crespo's away game viewing parties.
Support for Buffalo Toronto Public Media's Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from your local Denny's. America's Diner is always open. Denny's salutes Section 6 student athletes, serving you with 18 locations throughout the region.
Welcome back to Lockport. Final score, Niagara Wheatfield 38, Lockport 23. Here with the Lions head coach, Joe Catalano, in your 8th season. Coach, a tough way to end the first home league game of the season, but your positive takeaways from tonight for the Lions.
I love our kids. I'll fight for our kids. I love our kids. I let them down today. I got to be better. I didn't have us prepared enough, squarely on my shoulders.
When you've got a player like Emma Buzak, and she's clearly so comfortable beyond the arc, how do you use her in a way where you also get her to the basket a little more?
She's a stud, great player. I got to draw more things up to get her open. I got to get her more looks.
She
She's
seemed to come out of the second half, Joe, and have a more concerted effort to get to the basket. Was that part of the discussion at halftime?
A little bit. Our Kryptonites teams who play us 2-3 zone, it's been for years. In order to beat them, you got to kind of shoot them out of it a little bit, and some of our shots weren't falling. And as a coach, I didn't have us prepared enough for that 2-3 zone.
Moving forward, you've got CSAT coming here next Tuesday, and then a long break before January 2nd, your next game. Of course, you've got to focus on the game Tuesday, but then what do you have in mind for that 2-3 week stretch of no games?
Hard work, rebounding, battling, conditioning, finding our true identity. We just got to find a way to get better, and, it starts with me.
I said to Jack during the game that I always like that break because you get your little body of work and really get those focus points, and then you go back to camp a little bit before we start some games again.
That was kind of the thought process this year. The past 2 years, we went to Frewsburg, New York over the holidays for their tournament.
Good tournament.
Last year, we lost a 1,000-point score kind of week before.
She was a good player.
So we kind of went down there, took our lumps, but it made us better. But I'm really excited to have a break just so we could kind of find our identity again.
Nice. All right, thanks for the time, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck,
Appreciate you
Coach.
guys coming out. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
We'll step aside one more time. We'll return, wrap things up from Lockport High School on BTPM's Friday Night Lights.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
Listen to BTPM Classical wherever you are on the BTPM Listen app. Find it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
Listen to BTPM NPR wherever you are on the BTPM Listen app. Find it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
Listen to Buffalo Toronto Public Media The Bridge wherever you are. Search for the BTPM Listen app on all your devices.
Buffalo Toronto Public Media has new and innovative ways to generate revenue for your business. We have a robust menu of digital features that can help your business grow. Contact Bill Sauer at 716-845-7000.
Welcome back to Lockport High School. A lot of sportsmanship here at the home of the Lions and the Lady Lions in the Niagara Frontier League. Glad you could join us for BTPM Friday Night Lights post-game show presented by Villa Maria College, advancing educational opportunity for all of Western New York. Final score tonight as we welcome you courtside, 38 for Niagara Wheatfield, 23 for Lockport. Jack Kreuzer, PJ Cauley with you. PJ, clearly our player of the game, Ellie Fox, was everywhere, as we heard from her just there, and her head coach, Gary Jackson, for being just a sophomore and having such a young team with Niagara Wheatfield. There's clearly a lot to build off of when you've got a player who has so much command of her teammates at such a young age.
Absolutely. I think it's a very big win for Niagara Wheatfield being as young as they are. And even though Ellie Fox, she is that facilitator, so to speak, they got really good minutes from a lot of faces out there. Lillian Specht had a good game. Grace Pilato did some things. Hannah Idzik with some big shots, and then the two big people inside, Watson and Giantonio. So, yeah, a nice win for the Lady Falcons here. Lot to build upon.
They move on with a 2-2 record overall, a 1-0 league record in the Niagara Frontier League. They'll play Lockport at home next week, Tuesday night at 6:30, before heading to CSAT on the 19th, and then they host Starpoint on Christmas Eve, the 23rd
yeah,
of
tough
December.
Starpoint, coming off an outstanding year last year. Solid program.
That a non-league game against Starpoint on the 23rd. For the Lockport Lady Lions, they fall to 3-2 overall this season, 1-1 in league play. Again, these two teams will meet again in January on the 20th at Niagara Wheatfield. There's plenty of time from now to then for Lockport to make up 15 points.
Certainly. The game kind of got away from them early, especially when Wheatfield hit a few shots. It just got to get a little bit away from them. If that doesn't happen, this game could come right down to the end. I think Lockport will be very well prepared for that next contest.
Now, Coach Catalano mentioned against the 2-3 zone, that's been their kryptonite. You kind of have to shoot your way out of it. What's another way that Lockport can find a way to score against that zone?
Well, I would consider putting Emma Buzak in the middle of it. Put your best player in the middle of it. Get the ball at the free throw line to her. We saw she could get to the basket in the second half of the game. That may be something to consider, and it's just the fundamental development of the whole team there against the zone. The zone makes you stop and think a little bit more, and they just need a little bit more time to grow into what Coach Catalano emphasizes.
Next week, we've got a good one for you as we head to the home of the Red Devils, Orchard Park at Clarence in an ECIC1 divisional girls basketball battle next week, Friday night at 7 o'clock, Orchard Park. A lot of their players on the girls basketball team, also softball players that just got their state championship rings today. Could be a good celebration of athletics at Orchard Park next week, but they've got to go up against a tough Clarence team that's looking for their first win at home all season.
Always a tough place to play in Clarence. And again, two teams very familiar with one another, but Orchard Park's got some outstanding athletes.
Well, it's been a terrific night of girls basketball in Lockport, New York. Thank you, wherever you may be, for joining us. Again, final score, Niagara Wheatfield 38, Lockport 23. The Falcons moved to 2-2 with their only league game so far being a win. Lockport drops to 3-2 overall. They are 1-1 in Niagara Frontier League play. For our entire crew at Buffalo Toronto Public Media, Friday Night Lights, this is Jack Kreuzer for PJ Cauley, Pat Kelly, Bailey Kreitoff, and the entire crew at Friday Night Lights saying thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. I bid you adieu.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
Support for Buffalo Toronto Public Media's Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from Mr. Goodbar, your Elmwood Avenue home for football and more food, beverage, and atmosphere. At 1110 Elmwood Avenue in Buffalo, Mr. Goodbar, home of DJ Crespo's away game viewing parties.
Support for Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from SEI. SEI proudly supports the WNED Foundation, connecting communities through the Friday Night Lights tradition. More information at SEIC.com.